Hello guys, so today we are here to solve a very interesting problem called delete characters to make a fancy string. In this problem we are provided a string, okay? As we can take a look here, in this we are provided a string, okay? And then it is being said here that we need to delete characters in this to make a fancy string. So what do you mean by fancy string? A fancy string is a string where no three consecutive characters are equal. So in a fancy string, only when two consecutive characters are equal, you know, no more than two consecutive characters are allowed. In a fancy string, no more than two consecutive characters are allowed. Now, the second thing is that if we are given a string, we need to delete the minimum possible number of characters from S to make it a fancy string. Now, the thing is that is asked is that return the final string after the deletion. So how can we do this problem? So in order to do this problem, what do we need to do? Okay, we need to take this string, okay, and then what do we need to do that we can create a byte array, okay, SARR is equal to s dot get bytes. Okay, so this getBytes method returns a byte array of the encoded characters of the string. Okay, and this is platform dependent. It returns the encoded character which is platform dependent. And to we can perform operation on this, but usually it takes for the ASCII value of the characters, it returns single byte, so it takes a smaller space than the toCharArray method. Okay, and with this what we will do that we will first of all we will check the length of this given SARR dot length. So let's better put this thing in a variable, int n is equal to, if n is less than 3, then we can return the given string as it is. Otherwise what we will do that we will take we will take one variable int k and start it from the 2, and once we are starting it from the 2 value, why we are starting from 2 value? Because for any string to have uh, for any string to be checked for this fancy thing, we need to have at least 3 characters. So that's why we are starting from the index 2, and I also will be starting from 2. Int I is equal to 2, I less than n. So we are incrementing through this I. So here we are using 2 pointers. One is I pointer is going through the given input string s, which we converted to bytes array, and I is the read pointer and k is the write pointer. So what I'm trying to say is that first of all we will take this byte b is equal to SAR of I, okay, and then we will put a check if c is not equal to SARR k minus 1 and c is not equal to SARR k minus 2, okay, and so c should not be equal to the previous character. SARR of k minus 1 is the previous character, and then k minus 2 is the previous to previous character. So c, no 3 consecutive characters are equal, so c we'll use the negation. So if we use the negation, then we have to change the condition here. C should not be equal to k minus 1 and c should not be equal to the previous to previous character, and then we are negating it. Okay, so if this is the case, we are using C here, so we will have to Okay, then what we will do, that we will SARR of K. So this is what I was mentioning, that we will be using this. So we are reading it from the ith index. Okay, from the ith index we are reading the byte B, and we are comparing it with the content of this SARR k-1. K-1 is the current index at where we are writing, so previous to that, k-1 is previous to that, and k-2 is previous to previous. And after putting this byte into that SARR k index, we are incrementing the value of k, and after this what we will do, that we will return new string SARR from 0 till k. So 0 is the inclusive index and k is the exclusive index, because we are incrementing it after writing it there. So after writing to k, after writing to the k index, we are incrementing the value of k. Okay, and we are putting new string SARK here, and then we are coming out of it. Okay, so let me just run it and see whether it is running successfully or not. Perfect. Okay, so let me just submit this and see whether it is getting submitted or not. Perfect. And you can also see that this is one of a very efficient solutions. So this getBytes is, we are using it on a purpose to make this solution work faster than many others. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. I hope you like this solution. With this, I'm thanking you. Happy coding, best wishes.